Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Life is short. I want you to think about yourself today. Can you do that? Can you focus on the best you that you can be? Every day is more struggles, more harder, more manipulation, and more evil people in the world. I would like for everybody, what's up, bro? I would like for you to actually start thinking about yourself. Think about what is going to be your goal for this week. As we're ending this week, the best thing that you should do is get a notebook and start writing down what your goals are going to be for the next 2 months at least. And get to the goal. There's a lot of things that's always going to be in the way. You're going to have people that are going to hold you down with emotional instabilities. You're going to have people that are going to close doors, but doors are going to open as well. So as we go through this next week, my challenge to you is, how are you going to eliminate things that are negative in your life? How are you going to recreate yourself? And how are you going to stand tall against all odds? That's what I have for you today. I hope you have a great Friday, and I hope that you can open your minds to realize that not everybody is your friend. Everybody that smiles is not always a smile inside. Tell a lot of people that. I went through a lot of changes this week, realizing that every time that we take one step forward, there's always somebody that wants you to take one step back. And I think that everybody should be looking at that. That particular fact that you only have one life. This moment that we speak on right now will only happen one time. This day that we live is only going to happen right now. The age that you are is only going to be the age that you are right now. We're all getting there. And life expectancy is not what it used to be. So whatever makes you happy, make sure that you elevate that in your life. And whatever upsets you, make sure that you eliminate that in your life. Because you are important, not only to yourself, which you should be, but to your family, to your friends, to your animals that you have at home, that you take care of. Regardless of your status outside in the world, you wake up and you give yourself a self-affirmation that you are important. No matter what they said yesterday about you, no matter how they talk about you, no matter how they make you feel, when you look in the mirror, you know who you are. So I want you to remember that and start looking at what is it that you want to do to progress your life and to create a new atmosphere for yourself that is going to be comforting. Money is not happiness. People don't understand that happiness comes within the spirit. So as you go along, the people that are important to you or treat you good in life, I want you to elevate yourself to realize that and be more around them, and to be more progressive and more aggressive towards your goals of being happy in life. You want to achieve greatness. That's the whole thing. And greatness doesn't come in a form of a bill. It doesn't come in a check. You can have all the money in the world, and as you can see, all the celebrities are not so happy right now. You know, controlled by different companies all the time and not being able to be themselves. Or, you know, I know it takes money to get there, and there's so many things that we have to do on a daily basis and so many ways that we want to achieve this goal. But really think about, if you want to be happy, you have to be happy with yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love anybody else in any relationship that you choose. And you really need to know who you are. You need to be comfortable in your own skin. You have to think about what is going to get me to be okay. Because right now, there's a large percentage of people on medication that don't need to be on medication. If you are, start evaluating the side effects of the medications, and really antidepressants and PTSD medication and all this stuff. I have all those disorders too, just like everybody else. But you know what? I don't take anything. You know what I take? I take prayer on. I sit by myself. I meditate. I think about what could I do progressively the next day, so that way I don't feel that way. We were born with these capabilities of being happy or being upset. Just because we had two different psychologists in the history of time that decided to, what was it, Carl Jung and whatever, there's two guys that created what psychology really is. But it's really a diagnosis from a book, a textbook, whenever they give you a diagnosis. So don't become what the doctors tell you that you are, but become who you know that you are. That's the problem I'm seeing a lot lately. I have a lot of people that I see all my friends on here. What's up, Grangoteo? I see you, Math Pro Skills, Matatan Boss. I see cooking in the kitchen. I see everybody out here. I want you guys to give yourself some self-affirmations. I am great. I am wonderful. I know who I am on a daily basis. I am not who they say that I am, but I am going to be who I say that I am. I'm going to be the best of who I am on this day that I am given. I was given breath this morning, and I'm going to be doing what I can do to get to the goal of whatever it is that my heart feels that I need to get to. This is what we need to do for ourselves daily. We need to create an atmosphere with a wall around us against all of the negativity, and then we need to save our energy and stop giving it out to people that don't deserve it. Don't deserve it. They don't. If they don't like what you do, if they're constantly arguing with you, if they put you in a state of mind which you have to guess yourself, then they don't need to be in your life. Straight up. So we need to start evaluating ourselves. We need to start feeling, what is it? Is it our past? Is it things that we've been through that really harms us? Is it really the technique that we use? Maybe the job that you got is not something that you really like to do. Start working on looking for a different one if it doesn't make you happy. Maybe the relationship that you have is causing you an issue, and it's making you feel like, self-sufficient or unself-sufficient. The goal is to be self-sufficient. We want to be the best of the person that we are. You only are you. There is no other person like you. Like I tell everybody, I see it like in heaven is a big beach, and we're all a grain of sand that's here walking the earth, that has a piece of that beach in us, a piece of that Holy Spirit is in us. And we are created for greatness. He wouldn't have made you if he didn't have a purpose for you here on the earth. So you have to start thinking about repositioning yourself. Think about your goals. If it's music, start focusing. If your marketing strategy is not working, start something else. There's a lot of great booking agencies. A lot of these musicians that I talk to, they are great, but the problem is they don't believe in themselves. They want to be perfectionists. They want to be like the rest of the world. They want to be something that they think that people want, because they are looking at the generic, statistical views of everything and how people perform and people do things. You can't do that. You have to speak from your inner soul. When you speak on your music, you have to really reach into that part of your mind that you're standing in a really dark place, and when that instrumental starts, it plays out exactly what your emotions are feeling. That's how you create. That's how I create personally. I feel that, anybody that's giving out negativity or trying to use somebody else to climb an imaginary ladder, because that's what I call it, an imaginary ladder, they're never going to achieve their goals. For the simple fact that you have to reach within you to get to where you want to go. And you can't go out there and think that everybody else is going to be able to do that for you. And you're not going to be able to use somebody to climb to the top, or you're not going to misplace people of any sort. Another thing is our youth is all we have. Jesus said, bring the children to him because they belong to him. Keep our youth innocent. When you see a child out there in one of these group chats, anywhere, and they're talking negatively or sexually, and they're underage and they're confused because they have a bad upbringing, make sure that you give a good, intentional commentary to that child. If you see other people that are non-productive when it comes to assessing the fact that there's a child in the room and we're all adults, if they don't agree with you, remove yourself and remove them from the atmosphere and disassociate. There's too many people abusing our children in the world. And I'm a mom. I'm not going to have it. If I see something disrespectful, dishonest, unloyal, I have a problem with letting you know that. And a lot of people know that about me. There's a lot of friends I got out there in all these group chats and all these wonderful places that I was able to see these people. And I was able to let everybody know. Because I'm very open spoken, you know, the real chick, I tell it like it is. So you definitely want to be progressive. You want to be aggressive. You know what you want. You know what you need. And you know which way to get it. So all you can do is not think about what you haven't done or things that made your life harder, but think about if your life is hard, how are you going to get out of it? That's what it's all about. You can't be angry at yourself for things that you cannot change because it is not your fault. That's just the way that it decided to be. You know, we have a book of life up there. And people don't understand that the book of life for your life and mine was all written before we were even here on the earth. And that's how I feel. So things that happen, it's supposed to happen and supposed to come to pass. But that's the point, the word pass. When I read in the Bible, it says it comes to pass. The first thing I thought of is it's going to pass. So if it's going to pass, then I have to weather out the storm. And sometimes the storm is not exactly a good, easy storm while you're sitting in that boat. It might rock so hard that it might feel like you're going to fall off and drown in the water of sorrows. But you have to get yourself together and realize it will pass. Anything that you're going through is not going to take you down unless you allow it. Demons are not allowed to be able to do things, but you can allow the demons that are in your mind and in your heart to be able to progressively destroy you. So you have to understand they need our hands to be able to do anything that they want us to do that's negative. So a lot of my friends going through a lot of depression. A lot of people pretend and they smile on these apps and they show this great attitude. Not all the time it's going to be that way. I understand that this is like social media, entertainment, and we are all in entertainment majority that's following me. But you guys need to start really expressing what you're feeling. So if you went through something that was traumatic or something that was traumatizing, something that was deep inside your soul that you feel embarrassed about to the world, put it into your music in a different way without putting your name in it if it makes you feel better. Because once you do that and you lock it in and you publish it, it's like putting it in a garbage bag and sending it off on a river away from your spirit. So think about these things that I'm telling you, and you know that I care. That's the only reason why I'm here, is because nobody said it to you today, but you are special. And if they did say it, then God bless that person that said that to you. I hope you have a wonderful Friday as we go towards this next week. Make sure that you're aggressively ready to take on the world. The world is not a comforting place, but we can make it a comforting place one person at a time.